There is no such thing as introverts, alright? So what I mean by this is, if you are watching this video and you believe that you are an introvert and you think that that is just something that you are, it's a part of your personality, you rather just stay to yourself, put your headphones in, and not socialize with people around you. This is what I believe to be true, okay? So when it came to distinguishing the labels of if someone is extroverted or if someone is introverted, I believe that in comparison to like back in the olden times and everything, ever since tribal times, just old times, since the beginning of the human race, we've always had to socialize or always had to communicate in some form or another for survival. If you didn't communicate, even when it came to cavemen would look at each other and be like, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, and smash rocks together to communicate something, to communicate where they could start a fire to keep each other warm, or where they could start a fire to cook food, or where they were gonna set up, you know, habitat to be able to survive, who was going to be on lookout, who was going to hunt for food, all of that. You had to communicate and socialize to understand the people around you and the groups that you were in. So I think if you are introvert, if you believe that you are an introvert, all that means is that you lack the motivation to be able to want to socialize in the first place. And think of it like a video game health bar. And when your video game health bar of socializing and the motivation to want to socialize goes down every time you do something like social media, every time you do something like play video games, every time you do something that, for example, watching porn, masturbation, doing these things lower the bar of your socializing and lower the motivation of you wanting to do it in the first place. So in the times now, it makes sense that more and more people believe that they're introvert, believe that they don't like doing that and it's just not part of their personality. You have to socialize, you have to talk to people, you have to go out and put yourself out there, even if it is uncomfortable, because if you refuse to do so, then you will not open doors in your life that you need. You will not be able to make things happen that you need to make happen. You will not be able to create deals for yourself. You will not be able to sell yourself. You won't be able to sell things, objects, everything like that. And there's ways around it. But to the statement that someone would believe that they are an introvert, I would just say that it's pretty much lazy, and it's pretty much the fact that you can't be bothered to socialize, which is okay. You don't have to actually do it, but if you would want the most optimal life possible, the best way to go about it is to put yourself out there and to make sure that, because the title of introvert isn't real, it's not real. The more you do certain things, it's going to lower the fucking social skills bar, and then you're not going to want to do it in the first place. Like for myself, for example, if I'm talking to people, I love to phone call. I don't like to waste time, you know? So like if someone's messaging me, I'm more likely going to call them, because I don't give a fuck. Like I don't have time to be typing messages back and forth. If we're gonna have a full-on conversation on message, I'm most likely just gonna call you, and it's way faster, way more efficient and easier for me. I was talking to some people about it, and you know, there's someone that I met on the train and I had a conversation with them, and they were telling me how some people at their work, they feel that they were introverted. And I was like, nah, I don't think that's a real thing. I don't believe it's a real thing. And I don't think I've ever seen this on social media, or I don't think I've seen this on YouTube or anything. But yeah, if you yourself are watching this video and you believe you're a introvert, I'll give you some kind of advice or a step-by-step guide that you can take upon yourself if you want to get more confidence, if you want to get more ahead when it comes to your social skills. I will explain now. So the best way to practice your social skills is to practice the opening sentence, or practice the opening phrase that you're going to ask, okay? And the opening phrase can be a question or a compliment. That's the best way to go about it. A man, a woman, anyone, when you go and approach someone just to say hi, what's up, how you doing, a compliment or a question is the two best openers basically that you can do to someone. So it's not, you don't overcomplicate it, it's not really that difficult. You kind of practice doing the opening question or statement, you know? So you look at someone, what they're wearing, or you look at a tattoo they have, or you look at the shoes they wear, or maybe you look at what they're reading, if they're reading a book, maybe anything really. You kind of notice something about them, and then you ask them a question about it, or you compliment them about it, you know? Oh, that looks cool on you, that color really suits you, or blah 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 blah, you know? Oh, where did you get those shoes from? Like, I'm be trying to find something that's kind of like that style, you know? And just anything. It's not that scary. And so you just practice socializing by practicing the first statement. And when you do that over and over again, because, you know, if someone's wearing headphones, you just wave your hand in front of them and go, excuse me, until you get their attention and you get your confidence up. So yeah, it's probably the best way to practice your social skills is to do that over and over and over again, and it becomes second nature, because what comes after the first statement will become easier to navigate, because they might ask you a question and then you answer their question, and then you explain a story about that question they've just asked you, and then you go on, so on, so on, and that creates a conversation, and then you just go in a flow state. So don't ever think about what to say afterwards. Just practice that first step, even if you have awkward situations where you practice the first step and it doesn't go so well, and then you move on feeling bad about yourself. Just keep practicing that, because it will get better. There's a thing where you will slowly be more comfortable, you will slowly be more confident, you will slowly, everything will start coming together, and then you will be more confident and social as time goes on. But you are not introverted, you just can't be bothered, and that's okay. If you understand that and you don't label yourself as an introvert, where you think, oh nah, not me, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to walk up to a group of people and then be like, hey, how's everyone going? And then that's it. Does everyone have a good day today? Yep, cool as, walk away. That's all you need to do. Practice that first statement, that first question, that first compliment. And then once you practice that, sometimes the conversations will flow forward, and then that will give you the confidence and the evidence to know that you're not introverted, to know that you can conversate and socialize if you need to, because in future that will open up doors for you and create the best opportunities possible for your life.